Good morning, everyone. Good morning.
Mm. Good morning.
Let's just wait for 1 minute for everyone to join. Yes. So, are you able to hear me, please? Good morning. Good
Yeah.
morning. Yes. Varda, Khalid, how are you doing?
All is well. How are you?
Yeah,
Good
my
You
side
morning.
is
wake up.
everything.
You wake up super early.
Yeah, yes, yes, yes. I today morning almost 4:30 I woke up.
Wow. Do you usually go back to sleep, or you get busy with your
No,
preparation? And
I'm not sleeping after that mostly.
lucky you.
Life of an academic, Khalid. Get up at four. Get up at 4 for tahajjud. Stay up.
that, that's why I won't be in the field. I will never do.
Get up for tahajjud. Stay up for the rest of the day of, of the Isha prayer and into bed. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pass out.
sometime I may sleep 8 o'clock, 8:30.
Yeah.
I think one day before I even slept 7:30.
Oh wow.
I
The
don't know.
sun's not even down yet, doctor.
Sorry.
The sun isn't down yet completely.
I got it. Not every day, not every time, but whenever we are not having any engagement, I used to sleep. I used to spend most of the time for sleeping, completely free from.
And
Uh,
that's why you're good at education, because you know that if you sleep more, you will be more fresh. Your brain will work more.
Absolutely, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. I'm just
Have you gone through the paper I sent you?
not in detail, not in detail, but you have made some changes in respective to the gate, the what we discussed the previous day. Can you please share me into my mail? You have
Good morning,
I
all.
will.
you have almost completed,
I
or
will
are
share
you?
with you. I will share with you through email as well.
Yeah, that will be good. So
Yeah,
that
but I'm
we,
gonna. I
yeah,
did this changes just for today,
yeah,
so for you to understand what the way I'm going through, and I think this is the final topic I will use because I was able to find a lot of information related to that topic. So maybe I'll send it to you Monday, Tuesday, because I'm going to amend. I have all the things that to amend on it.
Yeah, I got
So
it. Your topic,
before I send you, I will amend it.
perfect. I got
Yeah.
it. A study
Yeah.
on the socio-economic and legal factors affecting the
Yes.
real estate investment decision in Dubai.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, almost done. We will be discussing some other part of the discussion today. I will be sharing my feedback after that.
Okay.
So I think Munira has joined. Faisal, good morning.
Good morning, doctor. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, sir.
Yes. Only Anu has to join. How are you, Munira, Faisal?
Alhamdulillah, sir.
Good.
All good.
Very good, doctor.
Just looking for.
Good morning.
Yes, we are waiting for Anu to join. Yes. Very good morning. Very good morning. How many of you know the concept psychological safety? It's not a workplace safety, it's psychological safety. Any idea? I have one concept to start with today about the psychological safety. Everyone knows about it. Maybe when we discuss in the term, maybe a little confused about it. I believe all have joined. Yes, perfect. Only Sujoy is left. Are you able to see my slide?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So I'm just starting with the concept psychological safety. Anyone can guess what exactly the psychological safety? We heard psychology. We also heard safety. What it means psychological safety when the two words comes together?
I think it's a feeling that kind of a
Yeah.
safe feeling that we feel inside to express our opinion.
Perfect. If you feel that we can express our opinion, we don't have any problem in the organization once we expressed it. We are not going to lose our opportunity. We are not going to be forced to resign if we are expressing something very important. Any kind of expression which may impact on the organization. So if we are having a feeling, then we can say it's a psychological safety.
Unfortunately, it's not there in the whole world, not even in the workplace. Never.
Oh my God. Okay. Let's see. I want to know your experience on that.
But I think somewhere some.
Yeah.
But I think some companies have that. At least they will show it to say and express your opinion if it is in betterment of the organization.
In saying they will ask, but once we express, then the attitude will change.
Attitude will change and they will not implement it as well. But then at least they give you freedom of speech, I should say.
Perfect.
A large portion of psychological safety also has to do with the EQ, the emotional intelligence of the whole organizational culture. If you are in an organization where majority of the people are more in the Generation Y phase, where everything is fast, quick, sensitive, they get impacted by words very easily, then psychological safety is not a concept that is easily accepted or adopted in an organization. So many of us can feel this within our organization. With the older generation, it's easier for us to have that psychological safety and that freedom of speech to raise our opinions, our concerns, our issues, problems, identifying the issues that could possibly go wrong, and it won't be taken personally. Whereas when the organization is a lot younger and they don't have that emotional maturity, then it becomes very, very difficult to raise opinions because people take this personally and they don't know how to deal with it. So they take it as a personal attack when you are raising issues or concerns. And this is a common thing that's happening now throughout the world. Psychological safety is becoming something that it's become a little bit of a myth. because as the newer generation is taking over the organizational culture, it's becoming increasingly difficult for leadership to be able to deal with this. And we have to adapt, because we have to understand that the psychology of the younger generation is very different to ours. Ours is we take it on the chin. It is what it is. It's for the betterment of the organization. The younger generation, you have to be tactful. You have to be mindful. You have to coach and get them to come
Wow.
up with the consequences, for them to come up
Great.
with the problems and the solutions to those issues.
Great, great. So what I am expected to explain, Vardha has done very, very, very adequately. So I don't have to explain anything related to psychological
Sorry,
safety. No. I want some explanation and description from your side. That's all about. So I
To
could
add
see,
to this, I think
yeah,
that is the reason, processing of emotions at this for this generation or the coming generation, it's very difficult. That's the reason after Corona, I think there are so many changes where we never knew about psychiatrists and psychologists. Now they are mostly everywhere, and organizations are involving them for consultation to ensure that employees are guided in a different way, or in a way that they keep on utilizing them, and they keep on um, understanding understanding the concepts based on the management's viewpoints.
absolutely, absolutely. Great. So psychological safety, why I refer this topic, I could see importance of this concept in the research. A number of investigations and research are going on in this particular topic. As Vardha and Munira, I know, has said, sometimes we are expressing our opinion for the development, for the betterment of organization, but the consequences are really severe. It may hit back to us. Even it may lose our jobs and career. Sometimes the status. It happened a number of times. I want to give one example. Psychological safety. I was thinking about it one day before in India, in Kerala, where I belongs to. I studied with one of my friend. His name is Sabit, and he studied in our fourth standard. Okay, we studied together in the fourth standard. After that, I didn't have any good relation with him. But 2 days before, actually, he was changing his job in different ways. He was a small school teacher, fourth standard, or lower primary, and after that he went to gym trainer. He himself is like in handicap and the people of determination, we says, and his leg is not well, but he wanted to be accomplished many things. So he was in the journey to prove himself. He is not a people of determination like handicap, but he want to prove to the world that okay, he is something. So he was on the journey, and he became a gym trainer in Kerala, one of the place in Alua. And what happened is that he has an issue with his gym, you know owner, the one who invested in the gym. He was an issue with the person, and I came to know the news yesterday. The friend who was my friend at the fourth standard, I don't have much news about him, but only through the Facebook. I used to watch him, I used to see him, his improvements and everything. He was murdered. Nothing else. He has a talk with the person, gym owner, some sort of a financial concern and issues, and done with. I woke up 2 days before with the news. Actually, it was spreaded in some part of medias and etc. That when I thought about the psychological safety, maybe he raised the voice against the system or whatever it is. It is leading to many other things. I'm telling the extreme situations. What happened somewhat of a small part of Kerala, some so small part of in our village. I'm talking about. So, what is the importance of psychological safety? That's why people are doing a lot of research in the area, how we can develop it, how we can improve that. A small activity I've been attached to today's discussion, psychological safety, at the end of my discussion of today's lecture. So obviously, open communication, idea sharing, it's also leading to innovation. This collaboration, team collaboration, obviously reduce the fear of failure, no doubt about it. How many of you know the word burnout? You heard before, burnout?
Yes.
Yes.
What is that?
Most of us haven't heard it, we've experienced it.
It's
Okay, you didn't heard about it, but you
We didn't
experienced
hear
it.
about it, but we experienced it.
Then what experience you have about the burnout?
I think it is again difference of opinion where you express, and the management, they hear your opinion, and then somehow it gets into a kind of conflict situation where you think you're right, they think they are right, and you think that they would I mean take some of your opinion positively, and it doesn't happen, and you consistently are asked to work for it, you continue to work for it, but it doesn't happen. So it's like you kind of become fed up from all of these scenario, running a rat race every day. So it's like
Okay.
you have your KPI where they tell you that they would like you to provide opinion
Perfect.
on the things, or gap analysis. So you do
So
all of
yeah.
that stuff, and they keep on promising you, and it doesn't happen. So a person
Uh-huh.
psychologically will become fed up from the false promises which has been ongoing, but they still tell you to continue doing the same. I think that's kind of a burnout situation.
Great,
yeah,
great.
For me,
emotionally
burnout is more
exhausted.
psychological. Burnout is psychological, mental, and emotional, reaching your point, and you cannot go any further. Sometimes it can become paralyzing, where you are completely in a state where you cannot even think straight. You cannot sleep, eat, do anything. So it could get quite dangerous, and it could lead down to a path of depression if it's not managed correctly. So there's lots of coping mechanisms that needs to be done on a daily basis, especially in this ever-changing global economy that we are living in, where challenges and different kinds of issues are hitting us from all angles. If you're not managing this, you will burn out, and you'll get to a point where you're completely paralyzed, where you're unable to do anything. You cannot even think straight.
Perfect. Very good. Very good. So burnout is a situation, the stress linked to our work. It can also attach with, our emotional, physical, and mental well-being, obviously. So if it is harmful for all these things, then the next moment is that we are changing our job to the better opportunity. It's really stressful situation in our workplace. So the psychological safety, we are improving the organization. There are a lot of benefits. I have some questions too. You have already answered all these things, but I don't want to do once again. What do you think psychological safety mean in the context of your workplace? Obviously, just before Anu answered, Munira said about it. What they explain in detail about what is the
I
importance and
will.
impact of psychological? Yes, Khalid.
Yeah, I'm going to give you an example on companies that are working really well on this topic. Companies who appreciate and they really get involved with details with their employees. Obviously,
Okay.
it's not my company. I'm not working for a corporate. I'm working for a family business. So family business is completely different story than a proper company. Maybe family business, it could be extremely good or it could be extremely bad, because at the end of the day, no matter how much you put policies, procedures, HR policies, at the end of the day, it's a family business. So there isn't any shareholders in there. So it's a different story. But for example, companies that I see that they are really doing well when it comes to this topic, Apple. I have friend who work in Apple. They are really caring about their employees to the extreme extent. So he is Lebanese, and you know the situation in Lebanon, how it is right now. It's really extremely bad. People are not able to leave from the airport. You know that they offered him to bring his family from Lebanon to here and provide them with an accommodation. They will take care of the tickets. They will take care of the plane, how they will come here. They don't have. He doesn't have to worry about anything, and they did this because he was a little bit worried about his family while he's at work. So
Very
this
good.
kind of company, He's been with them for 6 years. I don't see him he's going to leave, because he's evolving in there emotionally, intelligently, and work-wise, he's gaining a lot of experience. So this kind of companies, they exist, but they are very rare. They
Very
are
good, very good,
super rare.
very good. So this was my activity of today, the last of my slide that I mentioned. You have to
Yeah.
do for the next week, but Khalid has already done. So anyway, yeah, given some examples of psychological safety, any of the organization related to that.
May I add one as well?
Yeah, perfect. Sure,
So
sure, Sujay.
everyone's been talking, good morning, everyone. Everyone's been talking about the positive aspects. I also think there are some negative aspects as well with the, I hope there are no HR people here, but the rise of HR in corporate organizations, the idea of putting your ideas out or being something different or actually being against the norm in a way can be seen as a negative. So with, for example, surveys and opinions that are given with pulse surveys, etc., some people are sometimes, they don't feel necessarily psychologically safe in order to provide their honest opinion because they don't want it to be held against them in the future. So there are things that can harm people because these things are recorded, they are kept on file, etc., in terms of what you've done or what you've said or whatever. And you get malicious bosses sometimes who will hold this against you and use it as an excuse. So I think in some cases that employees are actually wary of psychological safety. They don't always feel 100% safe. Things can change very quickly.
Very good, very good.
One question I have, Doctor, here. If I'm hearing all these negative things, then I feel those organizations are not good organizations. Okay, so they do not have, proper system in place, and where people do not have freedom of speech. That is what I feel. Because the organization where I come from, honestly, we do have freedom of speech, and everyone openly can write. There are surveys, there are town hall meetings every 6 months. uh, to top management, everybody is there, so anybody can raise their voice. They can put up their opinion, and if it is really good suggestion or something, I have seen the management has adapted that, and then they have programs. If you have some different idea, people are rewarded for those different ideas. So I do not know. I mean, that this is what I'm thinking, that the organizations, those do not encourage, and if we get some negative what do you call it responses, so I think those organizations are not good organization to work with, unfortunately, but they exist.
Very good. Very good. Good insights.
But
so thank you so much.
They are the majority. What he was saying, those companies are the majority, and unfortunately, they are.
I agree
No,
with you,
really,
Khalid,
they
yes.
are the majority. Even if we talk about really big companies who are maybe, let's say, semi-government or something, they are still existing with those topics. Yeah.
Perfect.
I agree with you, Khalid.
In my previous, I'll add one thing. In my initial days when I started my career, so the company, they had set out a toll-free number where we can call, and we cannot disclose. It's okay if we don't even disclose our name, but we can speak our heart out about any concerns we have within the company. And then they used to assure us that even if you are struggling with your boss or struggling with the work or struggling with any kind of issue, you can call that toll free and discuss your concerns. And according to that, they used to bring in changes on all aspects, and that used to give us like a safety kind of a thing, that okay, they had asked us, I mean, we don't disclose our identity, but the company operates in a better way and improved way, where our concerns are somehow reaching the management, and they are implementing those changes for the betterment of the systems or corporate world, or employee satisfaction as well. That okay, at least we are heard, and our life out there in the company is getting better. So we have seen, I mean, I have seen that kind of a company, but some companies who are run by multicultural people and who are run by, especially in Dubai, we have multicultural, right? And then who are old school people sometimes think that their way is the best way because it has made the business grow, and the share owners have um, made lots of money, so they are least bothered to get opinion of the younger generation or the generation at the mid level. I think that's the reason where there are burnout situations, and people after many years of working in a company, they just think of quitting the job because they are not heard and they are not bringing in the requirements which would lead to overall improvement in the company.
Perfect. Very good. Very good. Very good. So coming to after the, that is very, very detailed discussions of certain topics. We need detailed discussion on the certain topics. So I'm just coming to my topic, that is sampling methods in research. As we are going through the research methodology session, we remember what all the concepts that we discussed under the research methodology, the previous session. I remember who has explained the topic, different research methodology, the onion. Can you please speak up what you have explained the previous session? Who talked about the philosophy, who talked about approaches and time horizon and research strategy, research design?
I think it was Varda.
What
I did
about
the philosophy.
Okay, Varda has talked about the philosophy.
Yeah, we all split it.
I did strategies.
Yes, I know what you have done, Anu.
I think abduction, induction, and deduction. That methodology.
Yes, research approaches. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
research approaches. Then Ryan has done. What
Strategies.
about your presentation? Strategy. Perfect. Who done data collection? So Joy, I think.
I think I did, yes.
Yes. What about yes?
I did the time horizon.
Faisal, time horizon you have done. Munira finally done something related to. You have talked about what was primary data, secondary data? No. Yes. Okay. So now I'm just giving you only for 1 minute. You can talk about what is the different sampling method. I don't know whether I have given these topics to you. We are having different sampling methods. We call it as a probability and non-probability. Firstly, try to understand what is probability or what is non-probability sampling, how we are going to choose. I'm going to discuss it after 5 minutes, but this 5 minutes, you can just search about yourself. What is probability and what is non-probability? Now, again, I'm just going to give this individual topics to someone who can just raise the hand, who can say, okay, I'm going to do 30 seconds, talk about the particular topic. Yeah. So under the probability sampling, there are a number of probability sampling methods are there. So anyone talking about simple random sampling, whether you can talk about simple random sampling, it's nothing more in that. And stratified random sampling, yes, Anu, just search about stratified random sampling. Cluster sampling, yes, Faisal, you can just talk about what is cluster sampling method. It's only 30 seconds, okay, 1 minute maximum. Just read out and what you understand, you can speak about it. Then systematic sampling, yes, anyone, systematic sampling. Okay, I know you just try to understand what is systematic sampling and stratified sampling. So simple random sampling, Varda will be looking into. Cluster sampling also Varda will be looking into. And coming to Faisal just non-probability sampling, there is a concept, convenience sampling, okay? And one more is there, snowball sampling. That is, if Joy can talk about it, is good. And quota sampling, yes, Rayan. Then purposive sampling, if Khalid is not driving, then Khalid can just talk about the purposive sampling. Just search about it, all the things.
Sorry, Doctor, can you repeat what you wanted me to do, please?
Sorry? No, it's only just search about the concept, what it is.
Yeah, no, I didn't hear the word. Which type of sampling is it?
Okay, which one you got it, yeah? It's quota sampling, QUOTA sampling.
Quota, okay.
Yeah. I have my slide with me. Before I'm taking the session, you have to have some idea about it. Then things
Doctor,
will be very clear.
mine is the purposive sampling, right?
Yes,
Okay.
purposive sampling.
Okay, cool.
May I start with Snowball?
Yeah, no problem. No problem. You can start with the snowball, but mention in which category it comes, whether it is a non-probability or probability.
Okay. So my simple understanding of snowball sampling is it's non-probability. And basically you get a group of people to give samples, and then you get those people who've given the samples to go and find other people to give more samples. So you have a snowball effect. So it grows exponentially.
Very good, very good, very good. So snowball, we have a discussion on that. It's like they're taking a small category of people. Someday they may be recruiting for that. So they'll be turned to the, survey. We will be collecting the data from this side. It is non-probability sampling. We will be discussing what is non-probability and probability, okay? Okay, then who is next? Anyone can come forward.
Can I go? Simple
Yeah,
sampling?
sure. Simple sampling.
Simple sampling is also a non-probability sampling because not everyone is included. So simple sampling is much like the lottery where everyone is assigned a number, but nobody actually wins, or there's just a few people that's winning. So with simple sampling, it just means that you're taking a sample of the people. So out of an organization maybe of 200 people, you are going to take a sample size of 20% of that, and only a certain selection of people will be selected to be part of the sample that is going to be that forms the basis for the research. So it could be a demographic sample, it could be an age sample, it could be stratified across ages, across demographies, it could be across different positions. So the reason it's non-probability is because there's no guarantee everyone is going to be involved. It's just going to be a certain number involved.
Very good, very good. So talking about a probability sampling, we can say it's a randomly selected to take part in a survey, or they are using number of other research methods. We can say election results, we are having an exit poll survey and something like. So it's like randomly selecting some sort of people from the population. That is the first method is random sampling method, simple random sampling. What is next, Varda, for your topic?
That's it.
That's only systematic sample?
Mine was simple sampling.
That's only. Okay.
Simple
Then,
random sampling.
I know, please. What was your topic, Or is there any other one ready?
Okay, convenience sampling,
Yes.
would say, is a non-probability sampling method where where units are selected for inclusion in a sample because they're easiest way to access the data. So basically, this is I would say, like if you want to research about like city municipal institution, they want to research about the city, how it is performing and all. So they will stop random people and they will include like a sample of 100 people. They will take their opinion, and this is the way of convenience sampling. That is what I understood.
Very good. So talking about convenience sampling, this is like comes under non-probability sampling method. Non-probability, which means like we are not giving the equal chance for everyone in the population. Instead, we are for the purpose of quick and easy methods that we are using the convenience sampling. Like what Faisal has said, like the person who is running the street or walking the street, we are taking the survey from. It's like who is accessible for us mostly, who is more convenient to us, that we are taking them into our research survey. Then who is Snowball, already Sujoy has talked about it, quota sampling.
So quota sampling is non-probability sampling technique, where you are dividing groups or people into subgroups or quotas, which have defined demographic, as in males, females, age, income, education levels, that kind of thing. And then you are non-randomly selecting people to put into those groups to ensure that you've got a completely it's not a fair demographic, but you have the demographic that you require for your research well represented in each area.
Very good, very good. So this is
Okay.
a
Then
sort of quota sample. It comes under the non-probability method. So it's also almost related to the stratified method, but there are some difference between the quota sampling and stratified random sampling. We will discuss later about it. Very good. Yes, Anu.
yeah, so mine was stratified random sampling. So stratified random sampling, I understood, is it is a method of sampling that involves, like, we will be dividing the population into smaller subgroups. We
Yes.
call these subgroups as strata, and that is how the name comes as stratified random sampling. So in this sampling, what happens is that the stratification will happen. Like, the small groups are formed based on members' characteristics or some attributes such as income or education or something like that. And on this particular, like, stratified random sampling has got like, the applications will come under, like, on the studies of population demographics or life expectancy. It is also called a proportional random sampling or quota random sampling. And this involves creating a population and dividing people into different groups and taking something out of it.
Very good. As the name suggests, stratified random sampling, they are creating a strata from the group, then selecting on random basis the required number of samples. So anyone else, do you have purposive sampling? Khalid?
I can speak, but I'm outside. Can you hear me well?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay, perfect. So it's non-probability sampling. So it's basically concentrating on selecting participant or people based on their characters, based on their knowledge, based on their experience, or any other criteria have been put in place. This is to simplify it. This is the prospective sampling.
Purposive sampling. With the purpose,
Purpose of sampling,
sample.
sorry.
We are taking a sample from the certain group, which we feel, okay, they are the expertise people, they are the knowledgeable people in that sector. Then we are choosing the particular.
So yet,
we are not choosing.
It's not for everyone. It's based on criteria. So you have to set up your criteria first in order to use it.
Okay, good, very good, very good. So now we are coming to the discussion about the sampling method. So sampling is the process of selecting subset of individuals from a population to estimate the characteristics of the whole group. That we are calling as a sampling. Everybody knows about it. We used to be a part of it different times for completing the questionnaire. Okay, the people who are working in the HR department, we are selecting some sample from them. We are considering the HR total number of members. In HR managers are population. So from them, we are taking some samples in order to know the satisfaction level or retention level or turnover intention, whatever it is. So there are two: probability sampling and non-probability sampling. Here in the probability sampling, every member has known chances of being selected. That's why we call it as a probability. The probability of being chosen by every population in the sample is higher. They have an equal chance to be a part of it. So randomly we are selecting. There are a number of methods as the students have discussed right now here. Non-probability sampling, selection is based on non-random criteria. Not all individuals have a chance of being chosen. It's not like every member in the population is not having the chances to be selected. So coming to the probability sampling, here simple random sampling, already discussed by the Vada, is an equal chance of selection. Systematic sampling, every nth, which means every particular numbers of people in this category have a chances to be a part of it. We say, for example, 9th person in the room, or 5th person in the particular stage. Or we can have under systematic sampling. Stratified sampling, population is divided into subgroups, as Anu has explained here. And cluster sampling, randomly select whole clusters of individuals. Randomly select all the cluster. We know very well about the clustering, the departments we used to do in our organization mostly. So some of the examples have been given. See, we are surveying the students in the university. So using simple random sampling, you draw the names of students from a hat. Or for a systematic sampling, you choose every 10th student from the list. We are having 100 students in the list. We want to take the 10 students. So we are taking the 10 student from the list. We are just giving some instruction like this. In a stratified sampling, we ensure you have representatives from each department, stratified sampling, because we are creating a strata in that. With a cluster sampling, randomly select entire classroom to participate. So talking about the non-probability sampling, we have already said there is no random selection, and instead it relies on other criteria. Convenient sampling, choosing individual easiest to catch. So the reachability is very important, as Faisal has mentioned here. Judgmental sampling, there is another one that is purposive or judgment sampling. Khalid explained here, based on the researcher's judgment. We feel, okay, this person is good at, this person is expertise knowledge because the person is good at for my study. So it's no more sampling. So Joy explained, existing participants recruit more participants. So we are selecting some sort of people, we are recruiting them for this selection, for the survey. Quarter sampling, ensuring specific characteristic in the sample, as Ryan mentioned about the gender or demographic basis, we are selecting them. So some of the examples also being given: convenient sampling, surveying your friends or nearby customer; judgmental, interviewing industry expert you trust; snowball sampling, asking participants to refer others or refers a certain demographic people; so quota sampling, ensuring you have responses from different age groups. So these are the different things. And I believe you can see my slide. If you are comparing the probability and non-probability sampling, based on random selection probability, more reliable and for generalizing results, minimizes selection biases. For example, Faisal decided to go with the probability sampling for your research proposal, for your research for the MBA dissertation. So you have to write why you have chosen probability sampling and what is the cause and effect relationship between the particular sampling that you have chosen, why you didn't choose a non-probability sampling. If someone is using a non-probability sampling, convenient sampling, you have an option, no doubt. You can decide which option is better for you as per your research. But you have to specify the reason why you have chosen the particular sampling method. For that, we need a clarity on the different sampling method. We need to know which one is best for you. It depends upon our research title and area, the sector that we are choosing. Okay, mostly it happens, students are telling like, I'm going with the convenient sampling. What is the reason? Convenient sampling is convenience to us. We have an option to conveniently choose the sample from, but instead of choosing the convenient sampling, we can decide which one is better for us. There is no restriction that, okay, you don't have to choose a convenient sampling. It's not like, but if you're studying, someone is doing a marketing study, obviously he has a better option to go for a convenient sampling, the customer feedbacks or something, no problem for. So probability sampling is ideal when you need accurate representation of a population and have resources for a structured approach. Non-probability sampling is more suitable when you are exploring ideas, working with a limited budget, or aiming to gain quick insights. If you're going for a exploratory, or which means explanatory type of research, then you can go for a mostly non-probability sampling. Or probability sampling, mostly we are going for a structured approach. Structured approach in the sense you really wanted to explore something, you want to investigate something very seriously, want to produce a result in a team or something related to a project, then mostly we can go for a probability sampling method.
Doctor, so is it correct to assume that probability sampling, if you can just go one back, probability sampling is, sorry, next one. Probability sampling is when you're doing more of a deductive approach and non-probability when you want to do inductive research. Is it correct to assume this, or are there other variables that needs to be considered?
Yes, I'm just going to give you the answer soon. 1 second. I want to share the slide. That I have already prepared. And thank you so much, Varda, for asking the question. 1 second. I have stopped my slide and also closed my slide. Once again, I want to take mine. Meanwhile, just think about your sampling method. Analyze the sampling method that you have chosen for your research methodology. I want to take my slides. Okay. Okay, well. I hope now you are able to see my slide that previously we have shared with. Let's show. In this one, I have also added, I believe. Yes, deductive approach is all about we are having hypothesis. We are also testing our hypothesis and using our theory in the light of our findings. You remember the difference between deductive and inductive, right? Deductive is all about we are existing literature we are using, then we are solving our investigations, our problems and all. And the next one is inductive approach. We are having the observations, then finally reaching to the theory. So if I talk about which is mostly apted for our research, I would be talking about deductive is the best method for our research. The reason is we are not developing any theory. So mostly for explanatory type of research. Explanatory means someone who wanted to explain a particular theory, explain something, subjective basis for them, they are using inductive. Deductive is we are testing our hypothesis, testing our assumptions, what we have framed about it. In the example of Varda, talent management and its retention of employees or development of employees. So we are using the existing literature of talent management or any other retentions and etc. theories. Then we are checking our assumptions. Is there any relationship between? For the exploratory type of research, we are using deductive. Inductive we are using for explanatory type of research. I had also added in some of the part of the slide what type of research we can use for different approaches also. Not finding here.
But doctor, you mentioned the last time that all of our researches will be deductive approach.
Yes.
Right?
Deductive.
Yeah. Okay.
Why, Khalid?
No, honestly, because
no. Yeah.
What do you mean why? What's the reason I'm saying that you mention it or what?
No, why we are choosing deductive?
Because we're not initiating a theory. We're based on a theory. We're taking our information from an existing one. We're not creating a new theory. That's the reason, correct?
Absolutely. So whenever you are writing your approaches,
You're
you can
testing my
mention.
memory, right? I'm
You're
just
not only
joking.
testing your memory, and it's also good for others to remember the concept. That's only.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, because these terminology may confuse. That's why
A
detecting what is
lot.
inductive. Only we don't need in our the future all these
No, but
particular
while understanding
terminology.
the
Yeah,
meaning of it, it's easier to approach it, let's say.
absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. So I'm just sharing my another slide. So coming to how many of you know about structured interviews, semi-structured interviews, unstructured interviews? Before I'm coming to these interview modes of interviews,
I
and
know
how
the
we are
structure, and the non-structured one.
are able to see my slide unstructured
Yes.
interviews right now?
Yes.
No, we still see
No, inductive.
Inductive approach.
Okay, I want to share. I want to discuss about the modes of non-probability we discussed, comparison, conclusion of the theory. Now, I want to start about how we can collect the data, primary data and secondary data. Before that, I wanted to know your update. And Khalid asked me and about the deadlines and everything. I was in the discussion with the academic administration. So what they said, at the end of this month, you will be getting the Moodle account. So app deadline you will be getting at the time, but now I will be sharing you the deadline, approximate deadline. I expect your submission of your first research proposal. Please note it down. By the second week of November. I believe that we have to finalize with everything, in which we must be ready to upload our research proposal by the end of second week, in which you can send me your work that you've done. Khalid, have you sent your work here?
Sorry, the work that I've sent you on
yeah.
WhatsApp?
Can you send the academic administration mail ID? If you don't mind, I can share here, at least for
Would you
some
like me
idea
to
for.
send it via email?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah,
It would be
hold
good
on
for
one.
others. I know that others are in progress, so it would be
Yes,
helpful for others to have
it's
an
not
idea.
fully completed yet. Yes.
Yeah, no problem. I have
Let
gone
me
through
share
that.
it. Sure. Let me share
Yes,
it. Hold
yes.
on.
For completing your dissertation, you will be getting almost 1.5 months, which means the third week of December or second week of December, you will have to do with your dissertation completely, but we will be getting ample time for this.
What?
Did you say December?
The whole dissertation?
Some of the chapters.
Not for completing, right?
Yeah, Ryan, what happened for your glass? Glass is with you right now? It has fallen down?
That's 6 weeks from today. We should be done with the whole dissertation.
No. There are certain chapters I will be giving you.
Mm.
But your introduction chapter is done with your research proposal and literature review. You are on the progress. Ryan, what you asked me the previous day, I'll be helping for you because there are a number of literatures I got it. I'll be sharing with you.
Cool. Thank you very much.
Yeah, because what you have taken, moderating impact of loyalty, something I really interested the topic. I just gone through that. Only abstract, okay?
Cool. Thank you.
Yes.
Doctor, I've shared it with you via email. Did you get it?
In the academic administration?
No, your email.
Okay, one second. Let me open it.
The email ashad.vp@asceneducation.
Okay. Yeah, I got
this
it.
email I shared it to.
I got it.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to share right now what he has done. Are you able to see my screen right now?
Yep.
Yes.
What you can see?
Yes.
A study on the socioeconomic and legal factors affecting real estate investment decision in Dubai. Yes, Varda, are you able to see?
Yes, yes, we can see now.
Perfect, perfect, perfect. This is a work Khalid has just submitted just before, only for, for the review, and is not completed one. To get some idea how he has progressed, what are the things that we discussed in the previous session, he has included. There are some feedback I'll be giving you, Khalid, within 3 days. Okay, then you can
Yes,
work on it.
please.
A
But
study on
my main thing,
socioeconomic.
yeah, my
Yeah,
main thing is for me was difficult to, it's not difficult, I wouldn't say it's difficult, but it was tricky to choose the topic because
no problem.
it's the information, it's all based, it has to be reflecting on the topic itself. So the wider I make the topic, the harder the information together, So that's why I
Absolutely.
chose this topic based on the finding the information, honestly.
Absolutely, absolutely. Because once the topic is very wider, you remember the funnel we have discussed, literature review funnel. We are
And
just
and
starting with a wider concept. We
and
are coming to
doctor,
the narrow. Yeah,
I just want to put this statement because it's for me, I find it very important. Also, we need for myself, I'm talking about myself, when I thought about what kind of researches, what kind of information I have to obtain, something that will be useful. So for example, what I chosen in here,
mm,
it's
mm,
something that who's going to benefit from it.
mm.
The party will be going to benefit from it is the developers. I'm talking
Okay,
about what are the factors that the investors and users they care about when it comes to real estate in general, because real estate it create a big part of the GOP of Dubai, of UAE in general, more than 8%. At the moment, it's 7.5. So my main here is to help the developers making the right choice when it comes to property based on the information that I'm gathering related to investors and end users.
perfect. Very good. So through your work, you have to provide some insight for the developer. With the, you are getting some insight, you are getting some findings from this your research topic. In what parameter the investors are real estate investment decision? Yeah. So I want to know, you are looking for
Yes.
investors on for your survey
No,
or
for my
developers?
survey, no, for my survey, it's, see, I work in, I'm a developer myself. Like
Okay.
the company I work for, it's development company. So all my clients are related to real estate. So the plan in my head to gather the information is it's not random people. It's people who have interest in real estate. I want to get their opinion, why they're interested.
Okay.
What
Yes.
are the
Yes.
facts that make it different for them, based on what they take the decision to buy real estate or to rent a real estate. It's not only about buying, it's renting as well.
Yes. Yes. So your respondents can be the prospective investors, at the same time the investors or developers, many other people. Yeah.
Absolutely,
All those
yes.
who are having
Mix.
interest in that. So we will
Yeah.
have to structurize it. So in
Mm,
which category of people whom should be a part of your survey, I'll be come to by looking into your research question. So you can
yes.
have an idea. The same way you have to work on your research proposal. On the
Hmm.
study is almost done with your topic, but there must be some changes, like legal factors affecting something. I will be giving you final topic, okay, with the same
Okay.
with the same topic itself, but
Okay.
smaller changes in that.
No worries.
Socioeconomic and legal factors affecting the real estate investment decisions in Dubai.
Because they're both linked to each other,
Yeah. So from the topic itself, those who are evaluating your work can have a best idea that
Yes.
real estate investment decision, who is taking the real estate investment decision? It can be the developer, it can be the prospective investor, or presently or who are already invested, so they are
Yes,
being a
that's
part of
correct.
investment decisions. Perfect.
Yes.
So introduction, context, not objective, questions, literature review they have included, research philosophy, research approach. Perfect. Very good. So you have followed a research onion concept. I'm coming to an end. Introduction. I'm not reading entirely. He has given a small introduction about Dubai's population. At the same time, the GDP, and what is the real estate sector, how much it is contributing to GDP, etc. has been written here. This informations are updated one. You can see 2014 information, the 10 years ago. You can also see 2024 details by the last August. So this is updated information you have added. Try to bring updated information. Then, so I think you have changed jointly on properties after that, yeah?
Yeah,
But you
because
have,
when you told me about it, I thought like let's remove it because again we cannot find a lot of information related to this.
yes, yes. So context and need of the study. So if I ask you, what is the context and need of the study that you have included in this? Can you please speak about? What is the context and need of your study?
Sorry, doctor. 1 second. 1 second. Give me a second.
Yeah, sure.
I just need to attend this 1 second. Sorry, yeah, I can speak now. Repeat your question.
My question is simple. What is the need of your study? What is the contextual part of your study? You have already written, but to speak up.
See, I'm just gonna minimize what I've wrote exactly in there. So I'm not gonna repeat it. So the purpose and the need of the study is to see how real estate affecting the market in general, and at the same time, we need to carry a research to link the legal factors, social economic factors in the real estate, and the decision of end users or the decisions of investors based on this information. This is the need of the study.
Okay. So please have a look on everyone, the research question side. So whether his research questions address his research title or need of his study. Because, for your coherence, when the value or marker gives marks for your work, they're looking for a logical flaw for your work. That we call it as a coherence. Coherence is having 10% or 15% marks separately for.
Yeah.
So let's have a look on this. Whether these research question address is all the need for the study. What are the socio-economic factors that can be linked to the real estate investment decision? The first one. What are the legal factors that can be linked to real estate investment decision? Does the socio-economic factors identified really affect the investment decision in the real estate? The word really and all will be changing. Like we have time. So what all you have written is almost correct with. Does the legal factors identified really affect the investment decision in the real estate? So we wanted to add some more research question, particularly I will be looking into in detail. So almost you have an idea. You have an idea.
There is a lot of questions to be included in there, but at the end of the day, I put the priority ones.
Yes.
I will not, because if I want to include all the questions, I need maybe like 10, 20 pages just to write what are the questions could be related to the topic. But I'm choosing the priority one, which are mostly affecting the real estate and the decision itself.
Perfect. Very good. So these are the major questions. So we'll be looking into again. The word using like really, this is something informal word we are using mostly in our items. In the writing, we can avoid it, really.
Okay.
Or does the legal factors identified affects the investment decision, the real estate? That's fine, no problem. So coming to the research objectives. Okay. 1 second, please.
Take your time.
My daughter also came to me.
Let her give my an opinion on my research so far.
What do you want? Sorry. Okay, right. So when I'm studying, she felt I'm studying here. She came with a book, notebook. She wanted to write
it. That's sweet.
Okay, so research objective, you can see here to assess the level of impact of socioeconomic and legal factors to making a real estate investment decision, the GOPD, Joint on Properties Development in Dubai. So we are avoiding these words because the study will be more focused on that. It will be very difficult to collect the data from. That's fine.
Yes.
For that, we
Yes.
can simply generalize it. UAE unable to use the study to provide inputs. Then after that, we don't need all these things. Our research objective must be very straightforward rather than explanatory in nature. So we'll be deleting this. And to assess how various demographic factors affect the investor's real estate investment decision. That's really good question. Because among your survey, among your questionnaire, you know, those from whom you are taking the questionnaire to be filled out, your respondents, the demographic factors you are looking into. So you wanted to check, is the age matters on the real estate investment decision, or the background decides something on it? So this is a matter of study.
Course matters,
you can do that. You can do that. Perfectly, you can do that. The coming to the literature review. My question is, what he has written is correct or not? We are going to do that. According to Haddad M. et al. 2011, et al. Means for this particular study, there are more than 2 authors. That's why we are using the word et al. Survey conducted in Amman, Jordan. From among 120 respondents, we have structured questionnaire. Yeah. So what is structured questionnaire? We are going to discuss it next week. It was found out that investors significantly adopt the main construct when buying residential apartment. Okay, study is fine. We'll be checking into what all extra points we can add in the particular study.
Okay.
I'll be discussing later. So these are the way you... It's gone, huh? Are you able to see?
Yes. But you're still in my research, yes.
Yeah, yes, okay. In a study conducted, does J.K. et al. 2021, the price factor appears to be the most important consideration when buying a property. Other identified factors are location, design, public survey, economic factors. Uti et al. 2023 in the South. Okay, you have included here 5 or 6 literature.
If you go down as well, you will see I have added some links that you can go and verify the research itself. The end.
Yeah,
you
you're
see all
talking
of
about
this.
reference list.
The references, yes. References for the list.
Okay. No problem. In the literature, you have added what is the major studies have done the different part of the world. It would be good if you're adding something like that. Amman, in Jordan, one study, similar thing have happened. In Malaysia, also they have conducted a study. He has also added here. So another study, okay, generally a study about it. It's not particular location, but it's talking about the demographic factors. So something related to his topic. He also addressing the demographic factors of real estate, people who are making the decision in that. So he also addressed in that. So we also will be adding 1 or 2 into that. You can also add 2 more study. Okay. Then that content analysis we will be discussing later. No need to right now. You can also add 2 more study into this. And also you need to address what are socio-economic factors you are considering. You are having a title, right? Socio-economic and legal factors.
Yes.
And real estate. So
yes.
Also write down under your literature, write down the key terminology that you are choosing for your study. Socio-economic factors. You point out what are the socio-economic factors. You are not finalizing all these factors you are taking, but simply mention all these factors. Write down 1 or 2 lines explanation for that. At the same time, you can also write real estate. What all the real estate fields are available. Yeah, real estate can be different properties. You can also mention
it's
a
very
small
wide.
idea,
It's
but
super
theoretically, 1 paragraph.
Got you.
Okay,
yes.
that is more than enough. Then you are talking about your research title. You're talking about the key terminologies under the literature. I believe all are getting this point. Yeah, all are getting this point. So coming to the methodology and data collection. We discussed it. Research Onion by Saunders et al. 2007. Research philosophy, approaches, and strategy. Okay, time horizon, etc. Let's have a look on this. What he has written. Research philosophy. 1 second. I'm getting voice from my background. So you can see here research philosophy, pragmatist approach he has written. So why we are choosing the pragmatist approach? It has mentioned here. I'll be going through that, Khalid. If anything required to change, I will be informing you.
This because it's both mix of quantitative
Qualitative and quantitative.
and qualitative.
Okay. Okay.
And
So
this what I
research.
will be using, honestly. This is the method I will be using, both.
Perfect. Perfect.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to look into, why you have chosen this philosophy under the research onion, and why you have chosen, have you mentioned here or not? Have you mentioned something related to your topic as well? For example, I think that is missing here. You have given explanation for the pragmatic approach. What is pragmatic approach? Very important. What is the research philosophy? You have also important given. Then you can also mention why you have chosen pragmatic approach for your research topic.
Okay, good.
Because
Good.
you are going to collect the data from those who are interested in the real estate field.
Yeah.
The people are those people. So you need quantitative data and qualitative data. You can simply give a 1 line or 2 line, more than enough.
Okay, got you.
So talking about research, I'm explaining the Khalid's topic here because it will be giving some insight for others as well. That's why. So I know here everyone is here. Munira?
Yes, I'm here.
Joy? Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yes.
So research approach, deductive.
Yes, I'm also here.
Okay. Okay. So Varda has asked me some question related to deductive and inductive just before.
And this is where I said that
Yes.
I'm using the deductive approach as well.
Perfect. So here you need to add one more thing, why you are using the deductive approach.
Okay.
Even you can explain that picture that I have shown you just before in the slide. You can explain. Even you can add the picture, no problem for.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Adding the picture is not a problem. You can simply give a testing hypothesis and etc. Because for your study, there are certain research questions.
Yes.
Does demographic factors affects on the decision making of real estate? So you are trying to prove with the available literatures for your research question. You can simply give one example. I'm taking for the example, one question is that. One hypothesis is that you are trying to use the existing theory to prove your research question and hypothesis. Research strategy using the mixed method approach. Why? Because qualitative and quantitative data is using. Again, some of the example, personal stories and experiences, qualitative data. Okay, research combines both statistical trends and etc. You're mentioning mixed method research. Yeah, you can mention quantitative data because you are collecting the questionnaire from the respondents and you're converting this questionnaire into a quantifiable manner. You can simply mention that. And time horizon, cross-sectional techniques will be applied because you are taking the data from as defined by Trillium, cross-sectional study is one of the task placed in single point in time. Okay, you are taking time horizon as a cross-sectional techniques. You can simply mention real estate data here, a little bit only. Why you are choosing the cross-sectional technique related to your real estate. Data collection method. Research intends to partner with the 5 real estate companies in Dubai to carry out the quantitative survey to 200 samples in the Emirates. If you're getting 200 samples, it's really great. It's really good.
That's why I ask you, what is the minimum? And you told me like between 100 to 150. 100 to 150, honestly, I can reach. Yes.
Okay, 150 is ample. And
I can reach 200, but then I need to use all my connection in Dubai.
Okay.
Because so this again, look, it will be. I'm going to do the survey not only based, again, what I said, not only based on the investors. It's going to be based on people who have experience in the field itself. So I'll be using both investors who I'm having in the current company, plus I'll be using the people who are in the sector itself, government sector. It could be semi-government or private one.
Okay, so are you able to see this? Under the data collection method you have mentioned, the pool of sample will come from their prospective client or the real estate companies as the researcher deems that the send. These ways you have to address in other research onion cons. For example, research approach. Mention real estate. As you mentioned here, data collection. And one more things are missing. What is? Anyone can please tell me related to today's session. What is missing under the research onion, under the data collection method? which type of sampling he is using, yeah?
Yes. The sampling
Probability or
type.
non-probability sampling.
It's
Are you
non-probability.
clustering? Are you clustering? Are you stratifying? For example, you're choosing 5 Emirates.
Yes.
For example, 5 Emirates. And you are clustering 5 Emirates into, you're choosing 1 Emirates only, Dubai.
Yes.
From the Dubai,
Yes.
you are choosing only 5 companies. From the
Yes.
5 companies, you decided to choose, okay, 50 each, or something like that. Then you have to think about which type of sampling it comes, okay? It's up to you. You can decide it, whether it is a convenient sampling are you looking for what, without making any hardships. Talking about ethical consideration, that's fine. Ethical consideration paragraph is fine because you mentioned confidentiality, informed consent. I also wanted to tell to everyone, whenever we are writing some important points, the reviewer, they'll be reviewer and marker. Sometimes they will not be reading to the entire things. I'm talking it from my experiences. So what you have to do, something important point, you can bold it, highlight it. So they will be able to understand you have written this. Confidentiality, informed consent, privacy, anonymity, harm participant. These are the major area you need to address under the ethical consideration. This point itself is sufficient for the ethical consideration for the research proposal. So conclusion, we'll be writing the conclusion at the end of.
I haven't reached to that point yet.
Okay, at the end of, I'll be giving a session for referencing, because referencing should be, there are certain parameter criteria we have to follow. At the same time, it must be alphabetical. The author start from A must be first. I understand you are randomly writing here, but at the end of it, you will be restructuring it.
Okay.
Smart approach and Gantt chart. Gantt chart is okay. We'll be finalizing the last. Smart approaches, you can start writing now. Smart approach, you can complete now. There is no issue because you got an idea about it almost. So this week, Khalid is getting my review in detail, what all the changes you have to incorporate it, what is your final topic for your research. Now your work is almost done with 65 to 70%, 75%. So within a couple of weeks, you are going to wind up with your research proposal. Good work. Good work.
Thank you very much. As soon as you give me your comments, that will be better for me.
Okay, very good, very good. Thank you so much. So similarly, others can also work on it. You can mail me your concern on your research topic if you are coming up with your research proposal, and I'll be replying for that. Or just prepare a research proposal similar to this. I'm not telling, okay, it must be completed. Just start with and send to me. I can give you my review on the same. So today's session, I would like to wind up. Before that, if you have any query, you can ask to me. I believe all are here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So just again,
yes.
in terms of, because you shocked us earlier, so we're kind of focusing on that right now. Due dates, deadlines, just that we need to take into consideration. So you said the draft proposal must be completed, which means completed with your review, comments, changes, everything by the 15th of November.
15th November. We must be ready with our research proposal finally, because we are having almost 25 days with our.
So it will be final draft.
Final draft to submit on your Moodle account must be ready with by the 15th of November.
Okay, and then you mentioned something about December. We have to have a couple of chapters. That's 6 weeks from today.
No, that no worry, Varda, no worry. Next class, I'll be giving you the deadline for your 2 chapters and 3 chapters, because now we can focus on research proposal, and I'm just waiting for the Moodle account to be received. Then only I can give you the exact deadline for your dissertations and final reflection, etc. No worries. Now you focus on, you will be getting ambit time. Now you focus on research proposal and complete it. And I believe by the next week class, I will be able to provide you what should be the proper dissertation timeline. Dissertation timeline, I used to provide like this. The first chapter, once you're done with your research proposal, you almost 90% you're done with your first chapter of your introduction. Second chapter, literature review, I used to give the ample time for this. Then research methodology. 3 chapter we are firstly focusing on. Then a 4th chapter is data analysis interpretation. I have to give you some time for collecting the data, questionnaire preparation. We need more time over here. I'll be discussing that next class. What should be the exact timeline for this?
The reason I'm asking this is because we have to include the Gantt chart in our proposal. Now, in order for us to do that, we need to have dates. We need to have some kind of commitment. So for my study, I've put a month for everything, 1 month per chapter, which means that the end date should be around the mid of April to the end of April.
Okay.
But
give me 1 week. No, Vardha, give me one week time, because as I told you, Moodle account, they will be clearly mentioning all these things. I am not getting proper information from academic administration, since they are also waiting for Moodle account. That's a concern. Then in that only they will be prescribing what is a particular deadline for this. Then only I can structurize it when you have to submit the first chapter, second chapter, third chapter. I believe they are also waiting for some informal communication from the university. Simna will be updating with me by the next week. Then I can give you the proper clarity for this.
Doctor.
Yeah, and doctor.
Yeah.
Doctor, I also want to know, once we submit this to you, like, are you going to review and come back to us, or
sure.
How it is? Because last time when the assignments were submitted, I just received your comments one times, and after that, when I sent the revised one, I didn't receive any remarks on that. So
that have been considered for the final one. That's why, and there is no much reflection on this, much feedback on this. That's why. So, and this one already, I have just gone for one-time review. I have given for Khalid. It's only informally by call and by audio, and officially I will be sharing this to the Khalid after reading it completely by the mail itself. He'll be incorporating this, and he'll be sending them back. Also, I'll be giving final review for Khalid's work. This week, I'm going to give you, yes.
Yes, yeah. Just one question. I believe we should be having access to a portal that belongs to the university.
Yeah. You will be
when are we getting this?
That is, I got from the Simna information is by the end of this month, October month.
Okay. So the portal itself, it will be the portal that we will be uploading all of our research papers in general, or what's gonna contain?
I told you we are having the 3 stage. Yeah, the first stage research proposal, for example, you have to submit on the November 15th. When the time comes, you have to upload over here. They'll be also showing the deadline, everything in that Moodle account. You are having the username, you are having the password, you have to upload at the time.
Oh, that's very good. That's very good.
Second link will be there. Everything will be there. And
okay, perfect.
Yeah, because once you got the Moodle access, the soon after you will be able to see everything, deadline for first submission, second submission, and third submission, where you will be able to understand your turn 10, your similarity also you can check up on the base of your similarity. Okay, Khalid, I'm giving the review within 1 week. After that, you're also working on that, completing your work. Again, finally, I'm looking on some final review you're doing, and you're keeping your work with you. Then you are directly going for the Moodle account submission, where you will be able to understand what is your similarity. You're working on paraphrasing and similarity, you are reducing it, going for final submission. That is the procedure we are following on. So once you got the Moodle account, there is some issue with your access, like, materials, and you will be able to get it from all the access from the university side.
I think, Doctor, if you send an email with all of these, it will bring clarity to the situation, and then turnaround times. So, it will be, it will be with all the students for their record purposes.
Okay, no problem. I'll be sharing.
Be better, so then whenever have any doubt, we can.
Okay. So I will be sharing your mail. And in addition to that, keep in mind what you have to do, a research proposal, be ready with you, at least in a first draft, and I'll be giving a review for that. Okay? Hope it is clear? I would like to wind up. Thank you so much for joining. And it was a
Thank
very
you.
productive discussion, the first
Thank you.
on the psychological climate, psychological safety. Thank you so much for.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
doctor. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Bye bye, everyone.
Bye.